So I got a new microphone, and that's pretty much all I have done since last week, since my life is pretty boring. So I'm pretty much going to use that as the intro and just move on, because that's pretty much all I got. So, I got more, questions from the thing, my own, not other people. So I'm just going to answer them. I don't know why I weirdly explain this every time, since this is literally all I've done on this entire channel, but what can I say? Anyway, what's the best bad decision you've made? I have never made a decision that wasn't bad, but I like all of them, so I can't really choose one, because my life is nothing but bad decisions. But I choose them purposefully because, well, why would I want to make good decisions? That's boring. People make good decisions all the time and their lives are miserable, or they're just stuck in some hopeless spiral of depression. I mean, I'm stuck in a hopeless spiral of depression, but at least it's a fun spiral of depression. Um, Next, what can a movie do to make you get up and walk out? Nothing, because I haven't done it yet. So, nothing, because even if a movie's bad, even if it's actually bad and not just entertaining bad, I'll still probably watch it. I'll still probably finish it, because I'm paid money for it and I'm selfish. So, yeah. What was your favorite cartoon when you were growing up? I don't. I guess Animaniacs. Nor Scooby Doo. I still watch both of them, so I don't actually know, but it's either Animaniacs or Scooby Doo. What have you done wrong for most of your life and only recently found out the right way to do it? Um, I mean, there's plenty of stuff I've been doing wrong for most of my life that I already knew the right way to do it, but I just chose not to because I don't feel like it. Like talking to people. I know there's a right way to do it, but I don't care enough or respect people enough to do it that way. So, I don't. Let's see. How does your definition of a real man differ from the mainstream stereotype of a real man? I don't have a definition of a real man because it doesn't matter to me. I also don't have a definition of a real woman because that doesn't matter to me either. I know stuff about people that are that they identify as what's supposed to be like that, but I don't really care about any of it because it doesn't mean anything to me. I yeah, I don't know anything about gender roles. I mean, I do, but I also don't care because it's really stupid, and I don't really have time to memorize all that garbage. I barely have enough time to memorize garbage that I need to know to get by in life. So I'm not going to memorize garbage that doesn't mean anything to me in any way, shape, or form. Which fictional villain is your favorite? Lex Luthor or Joker? Technically, I don't. I like Lex more than Joker. I only like Joker, I guess, in concept rather than actuality, because Joker's actually a psychopath. But if I got the chance to be one, I would be Lex Luthor. I would never want to be Joker, but I would definitely be Lex Luthor if I got the chance. You're given $300,000 to make one room in your house or apartment ridiculously amazing. What room do you pick and what upgrades do you make? My basement. I mean, I don't have a basement, but I guess with $300,000 I could build one. And if I could do that, I would. I don't know what I would do with it. I just want a basement worth $300,000 because I feel like if the zombie apocalypse starts, it'll be the best way to defend if the zombie apocalypse starts, or any type of apocalypse, really. Just underground bunker. That's really the point I'm trying to make. What are some boring games or sports, and how can they be livened up? I don't really like sports in general. I don't like watching any type of sports. I play video games, but I don't like esports either. The only sport that I can sort of watch is wrestling, and that's because it's a soap opera with sports in it. If they just made all sports soap operas, then I could probably watch all of them. But not actually like WWE because their writing is kind of weird. So, with good writing. If time wasn't an issue and you had forever to master a skill, what skill would you master? Building robots. That it's not. They don't need to know the reason. They didn't ask for the reason. You don't need to know the reason either. I just want to build robots. I just want to learn how to build robots for no particular reason whatsoever. If you could make everyone in the world believe one thing, regardless of whether it's true or not, what thing would you choose? Wow. I don't know. Because I could go with something obvious, but that would be boring. I want to do something like pointless and needlessly worthless and still kind of screwed up. Like making everyone think that all change was 1 cent different. So instead of a penny being 1 cent, it would be like 2, and a nickel would be 6, and a dime would be 11, and so on. I don't know what that would accomplish, but it's probably what I would do. What are you so incredibly terrible at that you've given up ever doing it again? I'm terrible at a lot of things, but I haven't actually given up doing it. I just decided to do it terribly. Like interacting with people. I suck at that, completely, but I still do it. But mainly because it's funny, because I suck at it. Like this. This is terrible too, but I still do this because it's funny. So, nothing yet. That doesn't mean that there wouldn't be, that there isn't, but I just don't have an answer to that. What's something everyone should experience at least once in their life? Something everyone should experience? Jumping from the Empire State Building? I literally just came off the top of my head. I don't know what that's supposed to mean or what that would accomplish, but when I opened my mouth, that's what came out. What state, city, or city would you like to move to? Oh my god, I don't know. Every place is just so annoying. I don't want to move anywhere. I think I would hate anywhere that I move to. Even if it's the best place on earth, even if there was a utopia city that was actually utopia, I would still probably be miserable there because I'm just such a pessimistic person. So, but then again, I guess I would just have to say Washington, because it rains a lot and it's cold there, and I feel like I'd appreciate that more. What's something obvious that you never noticed until someone pointed it out? A lot. Everything. I don't even have an answer to that because I don't pay attention to anything unless I care about it, but the amount of stuff that I care about is like 2% of the things that exist in the entire world, like right in front of me at any given time. So, everything. I can't tell when someone I know has done their hair in a really dramatic fashion and I saw them the day before and then they showed up the next day and their hair was completely different. Because I don't pay attention to anything. Because I don't care. So, yeah. What one thing would you most want to save if your house caught fire, assuming that any people or animals made it out safely? One thing that I would want to save, I guess my computer hard drive, because again I can build a new computer, but I still need the hard drive, and I don't want to find all the programs. I don't want to like have to re-download everything. I always that's always annoying. So yeah, my computer hard drive. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like photo albums or stuff, but I don't have any photo albums. So yeah. What really annoys you when other people do it, but you occasionally do it as well? Talk. What's the most useful skill you've ever learned? How to ignore people. What was the most historic thing you witnessed in person or took part in? I don't do things with purpose, so I haven't done anything. I guess technically, I mean, no, I've never done anything. I mean, I don't do like stuff with purpose in it, so I've never taken part in anything historic. So if this actually works out, this will literally be the first thing that I've ever done with any type of merit to it. What do you know way too much about? What do I know way too much about? How my own brain works. It's really weird. And I know that that sounds weird, but people in general don't understand the way that their brains work unless you like go to college or you spend way too much time on the internet just reading through random psych papers like I do. So yeah. What movie really encapsulates the era it was made in? Anything from the mid to late 90s. Those movies are awful because they're all 90s based and the 90s sucked. I don't even have a finish to that statement. The 90s are just awful, like altogether. I don't even know which. Yeah, anything from the 90s really. What's your phone or computer wallpaper? I just have a bunch of pictures of Harley Quinn. What do you judge people for that you probably shouldn't? Do I judge people? I don't think I judge people. Well, I do. I judge people on everything, but that's why I don't judge people, because I don't really like anybody for any reason, for multiple reasons, including myself, because I judge people too much. But that's also why I don't really care what any of them do or don't do, because the rate that I judge people based off needless garbage is astronomical and kind of weird. So, technically everything. What two things are you most passionate about? Passionate about? Oh, that's an emotion thing, isn't it? I don't really think I'm passionate about anything. Like, passion is like drive and stuff. I don't really have any type of drive. I don't really get up and decide that I'm doing something with like reason. So, you know, I guess this, but I'm not really sure if you would call me doing this the way I'm doing it passion. And if it is, then I feel like that's sad. What must be seen or experienced in person to really appreciate it? Natural occurrences? Like, did I say national? Natural. I think I said national occurrences, but I don't know what that means. Then again, I don't know if that's what I said. Anyway, natural occurrences like um asteroid showers, waterfalls, tornadoes. I don't know why I said tornadoes, but it's true. I mean, you can. Everyone knows what a tornado looks like, but if you really see one, it's probably a lot different. And fire tornadoes. Fire tornadoes are screwed up. I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like if I saw a fire tornado in real life, it would be drastically different than just seeing one on a screen. What do you collect? I collect a bunch of stuff. I collect like random things at any given time. I collect figures from comics. I collect comic books themselves. I used to collect trading cards, but well, I stopped, obviously. Um I I collect random stuff because I'm weird and I have nothing else going on. If some and my brain works like a crow. So if I see something that registers as shiny to me, I'll pick it up and just take it with me for no actual reason, even though I have no use for it because I'm weird. Do you volunteer? Oh, would you volunteer to go colonize another planet if it meant you would never return to Earth? I would do anything if it meant if I never had to return to Earth. You could send me spiraling into the void of space without knowing I'll hit another planet, and I'd probably sign up to do it. What's your creative outlet? Uh, this I sort of draw, not well, but I draw stuff. I also write, again, not well, but I do it. And no, that's it. What's worse than you thought it would be? A lot of things. But not a lot of things. A lot of things. I mean, I figured, I knew growing up was going to suck. And it did. And I'm not surprised that it sucked. When people grow up, they think growing up is going to be like this amazing thing. But I don't know why. Because we all watch the same stuff. Like, especially kids in the 90s. We all saw the same TV shows in the 90s. All the adults in those shows hated their lives. Well, technically they hated their spouses and their children, but that's because the 80s had this weird idea that you had to get married and have children, and then they grew up hating their wives and children. Well, their spouse and their children, but mainly their wives, which is another weird part that came out of the 80s. But I'm getting sidetracked. I don't know why everyone thought being an adult would be so great, because nothing, I mean, some stuff made it look that way, but those are also action movies that none of us were ever going to take part in. So I don't know why everyone was so excited to grow up. I just don't. Oh, I just also working in the kitchen because I wanted to be a chef. Well, no, I didn't want to be a chef. I like cooking, and people told me you should be a chef. And I went to school to be a chef, and I realized that I was more likely to stab someone with one of my knives in the restaurant than to actually be a successful chef. So, there's that. What's your back in my day story? I don't have one because back in my day everything sucked and everything sucks now, so why bother? This is the last one. What's your definition of a good human being? The what? I don't know. I mean, I guess technically everyone's definition of a good human being is different. Because a good human being is either who you who you actually are, who you want to or who you want to be. So there are plenty of delusional people who think that a good human being is like them, even though they're a piece of human garbage. On the other side, people's versions of a good human being are some unattainable area or platform that no one can ever achieve because you got you got you got it in your head that everyone was supposed to be either Prince Charming or Sleeping Beauty or Beast because, well, some people were in the Beast. I think more people might have been in the Scar, but that's not the point. Anyway, the point is, my idea of a good human being is, I don't think I have one. That might be depressing. I guess someone who you can stand being with all of the time. Not that you necessarily have to be with them, but as long as as long as you can go out through the entire day and never think to yourself, why the hell are you still here? Is probably the best version of a good human being. So yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. Well, I'm stopping anyway, so even if it's not tough. So yeah. That's it. See ya.